Radio 2, different every time you listen.
Now on BBC Two, a date with the past.
Now the answer to this one lies probably in your tea leaves. Born today in 1764, which British Prime Minister has a type of tea named after him? It's all on Today's the Day. Good afternoon, a colossal welcome to Today's the Day on March the 13th. But before we start, as ever, our sneak preview just for you folks at home of some of the classic clips coming up in today's show.
Handy Pandy. It's not a flower at all. It's Teddy's.
Unlike most fashion shows, these Birkendeck styles bring within the reach of more modest purses dresses created by one of the most famous designers, Norman Hartnell.
How gently does it?
Timbuktu, or Mr. T as he's more formally known, is one of the pub's best customers. Though if the price of beer goes up today, his owner, B.B. Smith, will have to call time on his drinking habits.
Just a taste of the great clips in store to test the memories of two new teams. Let's meet them. First, we welcome Jim Connolly, who's a housing official, and his friend Pam Ryan, who's a cashier. Both of them are from Birmingham. Taking them on, we have Pat Duncan, an actor's agent, and his friend and client, Mark Butler, who is, not surprisingly, an actor. Both of them are from Belfast. And they're playing, of course, for our fabulous prize, a pair of round-the-world air tickets. And to get onto the leaderboard, well, today's winners will have to score at least 186 points. And we kick off with our TV round, a selection of classic programmes which were on the air on this very day in years gone by. Let's do three clips for Jim and Pam first, and see what you make of these.
Where's his spotted dick?
Yes.
Well, it must be possible to farm them.
Hey, that's a gravy!
Really?
So what about pikes? You can farm chickens, and you can farm trout. You can farm pikes.
Your pudding, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy.
If you work here, they call you a GO, which is a French technical term meaning nice organizer. And you're rewarded for being nice with all the French food you can eat, all the wine you can drink, free lodging, plenty of sunshine and exercise, and pocket money.
I saw you with that girl, Larry. It was disgusting. You were all over her like a middle-aged octopus.
Look, I can explain. This will be fun.
I'm not interested in your explanations, Larry. Eat your spaghetti. All right, so who was she?
Jim and Pam, can you identify those? First one?
I think the first one was Pie in the Sky.
It was indeed, from 1995. The second?
Was it That's Life?
No, it was Holiday 74 with Esther Ranson, of course. And the third?
Life Without George.
Right, from 1988, with a definite food theme to all our clips there. Your point-scoring questions coming up. Who starred as detective turned restaurateur in Pie in the Sky?
Richard Griffiths.
Is correct. Samantha Janus played Nicola in Pie in the Sky. In which comedy series does she star with Matthew Cottle and Neil Stook?
Game On.
Is right. Who was the main presenter of the holiday programme for 17 years?
No,
it was Cliff Mitchell-Moore. Who presents Channel 4's The Real Holiday Show?
Gabby Rosling.
Correct. Simon Cadell was Larry in Life Without George. A year after that series, he portrayed Noel Coward in which London stage review, also starring Patricia Hodge?
Cavalcade.
No, it was Noel and Gertie, with Patricia Hodge playing Gertrude Lawrence. You also saw Carol Royal. In the 70s, she played Laura Collins in which television drama series about the Bourne family set in the 1930s?
The Cedar Tree.
Cedar Tree's right. And we've 3 clips coming up now to test the memories of Pat and Mark.
With silver bells and cocoa shells and pretty maids all in a row. Andy Pandy, it's not a flower at all. It's Teddy's. Are you very wet, Teddy? Come on, undo me.
Oh, Dr. Latimer, I'm terribly ticklish there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Steady, Dr. Latimer. You're very close to one of my erogenous zones.
Pat and Mark, can you identify those? First one?
Andy Pandy?
Right, from 1957. The second?
Yes, what was it, Mark? What was it? I don't know. Billy Connolly live at a pub? I don't know.
It was, in fact, a play for today. Just Another Saturday, it was called, featuring, as you say, Billy Connolly from 1975. And the third?
Can't remember the show.
Don't Wait Up, it was called, from 1990. Your point scoring starting now. What was the title of the nursery rhyme accompanying Andy Pandy's exploits in that story?
Here We Go Loopy-Loo? Was it? Here We Go Loopy-Loo?
No, it was Mary, Mary, Quite Contrary. Andy Pandy first came out to play in July 1950 and soon became a Watch with Mother favourite on Tuesdays. Which Watch with Mother programme was traditionally shown on Fridays?
The Wooden Tops or Bill and Ben? Shall we try with Bill and Ben?
We'll
do you
try
think?
Bill and Ben?
Bill and Ben.
I'm afraid you'd have gone the wrong way. It was the Wooden Tops. And the classic lineup included Picture Book on Mondays, The Flower Pot Men on Wednesdays, and Ragtag and Bobtail on Thursdays.
Watch them all.
Indeed. We all grew up on those. In 1996, Billy Connolly played Billy Bones, in which film, also starring Miss Piggy as Benjamin Gunn and Kermit the Frog as Captain Smollett. And I do need the exact title.
The Muppets Treasure Island.
Muppet Treasure Island's right. Who wrote the 1979 play for today called Blue Remembered Hills?
It was Dennis Potter.
It was. Tony Britton starred as Dr. Toby Latimer in Don't Wait Up. Who played his son, Tom?
No. Can you think of an actor of that age?
You only know their names if you represent them. Is that the idea?
Yes.
This one was Nigel Havers, I have to tell you, who presumably you'd like to represent.
Very much so.
In which earlier sitcom did Tony Britton play the father-in-law of a restaurant proprietor?
Robin's Nest.
Yes, starring Richard O'Sullivan. So the end of that round finds Pat and Mark on 15 points, Jim and Pam setting an early lead with 20. Our next round is, of course, Stop the Clip. Fingers on buzzers, please. Buzz in when you think you know the answer to the question. The sooner you buzz, of course, the more points you get. And we begin with a report from today in 1987. What's being discussed here? Start the clip.
It was a sweeping victory for the whiz kid of Australian law, Malcolm Turnbull, already at 32 a millionaire in his own right.
It's been described as a diabolical mess. What do you say to that?
No, it's not as...
Jim and Pam.
Was it the Spycatcher book?
Yes, it was a story from today in 1987 about the failure of the then Conservative government to suppress publication of Peter Wright's book, Spycatcher. Next, a story from today in 1997. What's going on here? Start the clip.
It's an ordinary-looking middle-class street where people keep themselves to themselves. Even the neighbourhood watch scheme faded away for lack of interest. Now it's the setting for an experiment designed to see if technology can create a sense of community.
Jim and Pam?
Was it putting an entire road on the internet?
Yes, well done. It was a report from today in 1997 showing the setup of an internet community in London's Islington. After an initial trial period of 6 months, this experimental cyber neighbourhood has been extended to a year and now involves 23 households. Let's see more.
The residents have access to their own bulletin board where they can post messages for their neighbours to read. Tom Lynch is one of several journalists who live in the street. He'll be writing an occasional column in the Financial Times about the experiment. He's calling it Cybernation Street.
Now a report from today in 1992. What's this story? Start the clip.
What we're basically hoping to achieve is to get it out into the open, hopefully to get an assurance that it won't happen again.
Jim and Pam.
Was it to do with British Airways trying to undercut, put Virgin Airways out of business?
Yes, a story from today in 1992 about the so-called Dirty Tricks campaign run by British Airways against its arch-rival Virgin Atlantic. When the affair came to court, Virgin were awarded damages from BA of £610,000, which at the time was the largest sum ever paid in a British libel case. Now some music from the charts today in 1985. Can you name the group and the song? I need both for a correct answer. Start the clip. Jim and Pam.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears.
Correct. Tears for Fears performing Everybody Wants to Rule the World today in 1985. It reached number 2 in the charts that year. Let's have another burst. And the end of that round finds Pat and Mark a little slow on their buzzers there, I suspect, with 15 points. Jim and Pam shooting ahead with 64. On to round 3, famous faces. On the video wall with 4 years, hiding behind each ear a well-known person in a classic clip from the Today's the Day archive. Pat and Mark, your choice of year, please.
1986. 1986.
1986.
Nobody's being forced to buy those newspapers. Obviously that's what the public want. And they enjoy seeing a pretty girl, like they enjoy seeing pretty girls on the television adverts and on lipstick commercials and all sorts. I mean, if you're going to ban page 3, you've got to ban women from everything.
Linda Lusardi defending page 3 today in 1986. She featured on which Italian tyre manufacturer's exclusive calendar?
Pirelli.
Is correct. Your choice, Jim and Pam.
1990.
1990.
And we'd never thought of adoption. It just hadn't occurred to us. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was white slave traffic, actually. I didn't know a thing about adoption. And then we met this wonderful lady from the Church of England Children's Society, Mrs. Biggs. And eventually, Bill and I passed the test. And it's not easy. Very, very difficult to be accepted.
Dora Bryan talking about adoption today in 1990. 4 years earlier, she starred with Paul Nicholas in which stage musical featuring the songs My Favourite Occupation and Fish and Chips?
Sorry, no.
Offer it to Pat and Mark.
Happy as a Sandbag?
No, it was Charlie Girl, and it's your choice of year.
1960.
1960.
I do get jobs offered me, but they really are very bad. I do accept films as an actor, films that I don't respect very much. Minimum respect, minimum hopes go into the making of them. But as a director, I don't feel that I can do an honest job with the money investment on something that I really hold in contempt.
Orson Welles today in 1960 discussing how he chooses his films. Featured in his film Citizen Kane, who or what was Rosebud?
The owner of a newspaper?
No. Offer it to Jim and Pam.
Was he Sledge?
Yes, was a sledge. And Jim and Pam, you're left with 1958.
Well, Mr. Miles, here we are under your new roof and with the model of what your theatre is going to look like in the end. Now, what will it be like? Could you show us the model?
Well, you're going to come in through the old gates of the ruined warehouse and across a courtyard, in through glass, huge glass doors like a big showcase.
Bernard Miles today in 1958 with a model of which London theatre opened the following year near Blackfriars Bridge?
The National.
No. Offer it to Pat and Mark.
The Mermaid.
The Mermaid is right, replacing the old Mermaid Theatre attached to Bernard Miles' house in St John's Wood. And at the end of that round, we find Pat and Mark on 25, Jim and Pam still formidably ahead with 69. Right, fingers back on buzzers, please. 5 points for every question. It's time for the quick-fire round. Today in 1930, the Lowell Observatory in Arizona announced the discovery of which planet? Jim and Pam?
Pluto.
Correct. It was actually discovered 3 weeks earlier, but was announced to coincide with the anniversary of the birth of Percival Lowell, born today in 1855. He was the astronomer who predicted the planet's existence. In Roman mythology, Pluto is the god of what? Jim and Pam?
The underworld.
Correct. Today in 1990, which party lost the constitutional right to rule in the USS? Pat and Mark?
Communist Party?
Yes, they lost the right to rule in the USSR. In what year did the Communist Party begin ruling in the USSR? Pat and Mark?
1917.
Correct. Born today in 1733, which scientist discovered oxygen? Jim and Pam?
Joseph Priestley.
Correct. How many oxygen atoms are there in a molecule of carbon dioxide? Pat and Mark?
2.
Correct, as in CO2. Born today in 1960, Adam Clayton is a member of which pop group? Pat and Mark?
U2.
Correct. Name 2 of the other members of U2. Jim and Pam?
Bono and the Edge.
Correct. Today in 1954, the Viet Minh forces started a decisive... Pat and Mark?
Dien Bien Phu.
Well interrupted, although I have to tell you it's Dien Bien Phu as opposed to Dien Bien Phu. But today in 1954, the Viet Minh forces started a decisive battle with the French at a small mountain outpost near the Laotian border. I was going to ask you to name it, and you did. 9 years earlier, the leader of the Viet Minh had declared Vietnam's independence from France. Jim and Pam.
Ho Chi Minh.
Well interrupted, yes. Today in 1619, the first actor to play Richard III. Pat and Mark.
Richard Burbage.
Well interrupted, yes. I was going to tell you that today in 1619, the first actor to play Richard III, Romeo, Macbeth, and Othello died. It was indeed Richard Burbage. Richard Burbage was also the first to play which other Shakespearean character who utters the line, Pat and Mark, without even waiting for the line?
Shylock.
No. I'll have to give the line to Jim and Pam. The line is, once more unto the breach, dear friends.
Richard III?
No, it's Henry V. Born today in 1933, who was Mike Stoller's famous musical partner? Jim and Pam.
Lieber.
Yes, Jerry Lieber. Which of Lieber and Stoller's songs made famous... I'll finish the question. Which of Lieber and Stoller's songs made famous by Elvis Presley features the lyrics, when they said you was high-classed? Well, that was Jim and Pam.
Hound Dog.
Yes, when they said you was high-classed, well, that was just a lie. It was indeed Hound Dog. So the end of that round, Pat and Mark on 55, outgunned by Jim and Pam, still going strongly with 104. After which we'll take a short break here in the studio to give you at home a chance to win a pair of round-the-world air tickets. See what you make of this.
You had a home each?
Yes, we had homes on either side of a canyon to play Beverly Hills tennis, where you lob the ball back and forth.
Comedy writers Lawrence Marks and Maurice Grand spilling the beans on their life in Hollywood today in 1986. They're best known for which successful television sitcom starring Pauline Quirk and Linda Robson? Is it A, Budgie, B, The Cuckoo Waltz, or C, Birds of a Feather? If you know the answer, ring 0891 339900. One winner, selected at random from the right answers, can choose an electronic personal organiser or a colour television. 10 runners-up win a newspaper published on the very day they were born. They all get a chance to compete for our grand prize, a pair of round-the-world air tickets. That's 0891 339900, and the lines stay open until midnight. And the answer to yesterday's question, Jimmy Edwards played Pa Glum in the popular radio series Take It From Here.
And we'll let you have that question on the phone number again as usual right at the end of the programme. On now to our video wall. There are 8 clips here, some more difficult to answer questions about than others, so you do have a choice, and as you can see the clips are worth 5, 10 or 15 points. Pat and Mark, your choice first.
Bottom left, please.
Bottom left for 15 points.
His great building, the Unité at Marseilles, is a fragment of the ideal city, the Green City, self-contained like a ship. 2,000 people live there. It has a single entrance, huge lifts, internal streets and shops. Each family in their flat gets privacy, a view, sun and shade. In his city, everything is used. The roofs are playgrounds. The sun penetrates everywhere.
Utopian architecture today in 1959. For 15 points, which Swiss modernist architect designed the housing complex in the clip?
Le Corbusier?
Is correct, and is your choice, Jim and Pam?
Bottom right.
Bottom right for 15 points.
The creation of the new city centre of Milton Keynes with no existing churches provided an opportunity for Christians to try working together more closely. £3 million was raised by donations and appeals to build it.
You have built here in Milton Keynes a church because you realized an important truth. It is quite simply this, that God matters.
A church for all faiths today in 1992. For 15 points, which word describes the aim of unity among all the Christian churches throughout the world?
Unification.
No, offer it to Pat and Mark.
Ecumenism.
Ecumenicism is right. You could have had ecumenicalism as well. And it's your choice, Pat and Mark.
Middle right, please.
Middle right for 10 points. Judo drummers today in 1987. For 10 points, what is the record for the number of single beats on a single drum using sticks in 1 minute? And you can have 50 either way.
300 or something? No, 200.
200.
No, offer to Jim and Pam.
180.
No, you're not going to believe this. It is 3,720, 62 beats per second. Don't ask me how they achieved that. Jim and Pam, your choice.
Middle left.
Middle left for 10 points.
After 80 years, Pravda's being printed for the last time tonight. Once it was the Communist Party's mouthpiece, required reading for students of power politics in the Kremlin. Now, though, Pravda can no longer pay its way. But its staff blame Boris Yeltsin for the paper's demise. In post-communist Russia, Pravda had become an opposition newspaper, a standard-bearer for the old guard.
The last Pravda, hot off the press today in 1992. For 10 points, what does Pravda mean in English?
Truth.
Correct. Pat and Mark, your choice.
Number 10, do you want?
Yeah, top middle.
Top middle for 10 points.
Bombay was virtually created by the British. The architecture reflected the confidence of the times, and buildings like the Library of Bombay University are among the finest examples of Victorian Gothic revival anywhere in the world today. But the Indian climate has taken its toll. For years, they would prop up the magnificent but increasingly fragile stained glass panels with books.
Fading imperial architecture today in 1997. For 10 points, which English architect created the plan for New Delhi?
Landseer.
No, offer it to Jim and Pam.
Edmund Lutyens.
Yes, Lutyens is right. And Jim and Pam, your choice.
Bottom middle.
Bottom middle for 10 points.
Martyn, with his wife Joy in support, has taken 83 days to scale all of what are known as Scotland's Munros, starting with Ben Lomond overlooking the loch last December the 21st, spending Christmas in Glencoe and conquering Ben Nevis yesterday. He's climbed the equivalent of 13 Everests, and when he wasn't with his wife, beat the loneliness by humming Mozart sonatas.
An intrepid hill walker today in 1983. For 10 points, what is the minimum height in feet for a mountain to qualify as a Munro?
1,000.
No, offer it to Pat and Mark.
I think it's 3,000.
3,000 is right, and it's your choice.
I like the left one.
Top left.
Top left for 5 points.
At Cardiff's new pavilion in Sophia Gardens, London models appear in the largest fashion show ever put on in Wales. Unlike most fashion shows, these Birkenhead styles bring within the reach of more modest purses dresses created by one of the most famous designers, Norman Hartnell. In the 2 days showing, something like 20,000 Cardiff women came to see the styles that are earning so many dollars on the export market. The show puts Wales right in fashion.
Norman Hartnell showing Welsh fashions today in 1952. For 5 points, which emblem representing Wales was embroidered on the dress designed by Norman Hartnell for the Queen's coronation the following year?
The leek.
Yes, it was a leek. The flower was embroidered from white silk and diamonds, and the leaves from palest green silk. Jim and Pam, you're left with top right for 5 points.
The trouble is, you're never really quite sure who you're going to meet at the Railway Tavern, Mellis. Must be my round.
Could I have half a pint for myself and a pint for my friend, please?
There you are, lad. Hey, get you down. Now, gently does it.
Timbuktu, or Mr. T as he's more formally known, is one of the pub's best customers. Though if the price of beer goes up today, his owner, B.B. Smith, will have to call time on his drinking habits.
A thirsty horse today in 1984. For 5 points, in a famous poster bearing the legend, "My goodness, my Guinness," what creature is shown swallowing a zookeeper's pint of stout, glass and all?
A toucan.
No, offer it to Pat and Mark.
A pelican?
No, it was in fact an ostrich. And that means at the end of that round we have Pat and Mark on 100 points, Jim and Pam still ahead with 124. So to the final round, time to beat the clock. 60 seconds of questions about the 13th of March, but only one team member can play. And don't forget, to get onto our leaderboard, today's winners will have to score at least 186 points. Jim, well within reach. Let's go. 60 seconds starting now. Born today in 1764, which British Prime Minister had a type of tea named after him?
Earl Grey.
Correct. Today in 1884, the siege of which Sudanese city began?
Khartoum.
Correct. On TV today in 1990, who played Eleanor Prescott in After Henry?
I don't know.
Joan Sanderson. Born today in 1936, Sir Michael Chaplin was a Director General of which organisation?
The BBC.
Correct. Today in 1901, politician Benjamin Harrison died. He was President of which country?
The USA.
Correct. On the London stage today in 1948, which musical features the song Oh What a Beautiful Morning?
Oklahoma.
Correct. Born today in 1939, which singer had hits with Oh Carol and Calendar Girl?
Neil Sedaka.
Correct. Today in 1881, which Russian emperor was assassinated in St. Petersburg?
Peter the Great.
No, Alexander II. In cinemas today in 1939, which actress was playing Frenchie in Destry Rides Again?
I don't know.
Marlene Dietrich. Opened today in 1974, which Parisian airport is named after a president?
Charles de Gaulle.
Correct. Today in 1972, author Clifford Irving admitted that he had fabricated the autobiography of which American billionaire and recluse?
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes is right. A sterling performance there. Pat, your target to beat is 204. Let's go. 60 seconds starting now. Today in 1781, Sir William Herschel discovered which planet?
Uranus.
Correct. Born today in 1950, Joe Bugner is most associated with which sport?
Boxing.
Correct. Today in 1971, Jude the Obscure was on TV. Who wrote the novel on which it was based?
Thomas Hardy.
Correct. Today in 1986, the Giotto space probe passed by which celestial body?
Halley's Comet.
Correct. Today in 1961, which septuagenarian artist revealed that he had married his model, Jacqueline Rock?
Kent.
No, Picasso. On the London stage today in 1976, which rock musical features the song Time Warp?
The Rocky Horror Show.
Correct. Today in 1979, Prime Minister Sir Eric Gairy was ousted from the control of which country? Grenada. Today in 1981, the 1000th volume of the official report of the House of Commons was completed. By what name is it better known? Correct. In cinemas today in 1976, who was playing the title role in the film Lenny?
Dustin Hoffman.
Correct. Today in 1965, Eric Clapton left which band?
Cream.
No, Yardbirds. And that's it. Well, splendid performances by both teams. Pat and Mark have ended with 170. Jim and Pam a magnificent 204. And that means, of course, that Jim and Pam go onto the leaderboard in joint third place, which means there's every chance that you will still be there when our quarterfinals start just before Easter. And you also take home today's the day trophies and newspapers printed and published on the very days that you were born. And thanks to both teams for a really terrific contest. That's it for today. We're back on Monday, 5:30 here on BBC Two with two more teams. So make a date and join me then. Bye for now.
Comedy writers Lawrence Marks and Maurice Gran were spilling the beans on their life in Hollywood today in 1986. They're best known for writing which successful television sitcom starring Pauline Quirk and Linda Robson? Is it A, Budgie, B, The Cuckoo Waltz, or C, Birds of a Feather? Call 0891 339900. The lines are open till midnight.
Forget flower arranging.
It's really about lesbian membership. It's not a subject that appeals to most of us.
Fairy cakes.
I would like you to have a go at this drugs quiz.
And tea.
It is not illegal to possess magic mushrooms.
Crack is cocaine that can be smoked.
Yeah.
Join the club with over 750,000 members.
Bunch of rather articulate women, quite difficult for a vicar to cope with.
Modern Times, Wednesday at 9 on BBC Two.